here, and I'm going to run around and ask questions. Actually, you know what? Anybody with questions, if you guys don't mind coming right over here, we'll go ahead and if you want to start a line, and we can go ahead and start getting your questions answered.
I wanted to know if Todd would say Fire Dragon Roar.
Fire Dragon Roar!
Hello. I was just wondering, if there was ever an episode where the characters got gender swapped, who do you think would voice your characters for that episode? And if you got cast in that episode, who do you think you would voice?
Ask it one more time.
Ask one more time? Okay, so if there was an episode where your characters got gender swapped, who would voice your characters for that episode? And if you were voicing a character in that episode, who do you think you would voice?
Juvia. All the way around. Either her or her for me.
I think Wendy Powell would voice Girl Natsu, and then I would voice Wendy.
So I was wondering if, because the Six-box set was released a while ago, and if you're going to be continuing it, would you be doing the OVAs as well? Like having an OVA bonus?
That's not an us question, that's a Sully question.
Currently, none of the OVAs are licensed. So, started with the movie, and since they did take a hiatus from the series in Japan, but they have announced that they are going to start up with a new one. Of course, there are lots of opportunities with Fairy Tail, but unfortunately, I don't have any information about those at this time.
And here's one comment that I think is important to tell everybody. When you follow a show that is as long form as this show, it's really important that if you want to see it all done, to keep supporting it in the way that you've been supporting it by getting the volumes and getting the different the releases of the show. Don't wait until the save edition comes out and the other, because at that point the data doesn't. We look at it and we're like, oh, they must not like the show, and so we don't get any more. So you've got to get it when it comes out, because that's the best way to support. There's no secret formula on how we get more of a show. If you love it and you get it, we'll get more of it. Like Hetalia. Like with Hetalia, everyone loved Hetalia, they got it, we got more. Everybody loved Fairy Tail, we got more episodes. So it's the same thing here. So we're not finished yet. So you gotta keep giving it some love. Yeah.
Hi. Besides like the Japanese voice actors, what do you think as a voice actor yourself do you bring to the role? Because the Japanese seiyus, they're pretty popular over in Japan. What do you think you bring to the characters you play?
Poise.
Zen. Poison.
Chemistry. Bromance.
I think we, as far as what I feel like we bring to roles in general, you mean, or just specifically with Fairy Tail?
Well, I guess both.
Hiro Mashima looked at me right as I walked in the room, and he looked at me and goes, yeah. So, I don't know, apparently maybe something, hopefully.
He looked at me and said, how did you get in here? I think that hopefully I bring years of playing around with in the make-believe world and playing with different voices and stuff, and bringing all that kind of that stew of imagination to the role, and really hopefully committing to it 100%, so that when you guys watch it, you're right there with me. So hopefully I do that for everything that I do.
What would you make in your art? You make a dish to represent your character, like super spicy chili or...
Ah, what dish would you make to represent Gray?
I would have to say ice cream. Frozen broccoli.
Spicy sloppy joes.
Yum.
You guys know what sloppy joes are? Yeah. Okay. I don't.
Alright, so that was my first time watching Fairy Tale. Not gonna lie, it was pretty good, and I wanted to show it some love, you know, like. Okay, so but I just want to know what it's actually about, like the.
What it's about?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, thank you for coming and taking a risk and checking
Yeah.
this out. And I hope you keep watching it. It's a fun show. Like watching the first little bit of the movie, I'm like, wow, it's kind of fun. Like, because I remember doing it, but we did it in chunks. You know, we do it in little pieces, and to see it all together, it's fun. Fairy Tale is about a guild of wizards. Fairy Tale is one guild hall of wizards. And we go around and we take bounties on this big,
money.
Yeah, this board to make money. Like we go and they say, we need you to capture Darkwing Duck for 50 mil. And so we would go and we try to capture Darkwing Duck and bring him back and present him and get the money and then eat him afterwards. No, we don't do that. But it's about that. And that's kind of on the surface. Outside of that, it's about how we all work together as a team. We mentioned it earlier about the camaraderie of everybody together. And we all have these different powers that serve a certain purpose in the journeys that we take and that we go on. And so one thing that I like about the show, because you see a lot of action shows and like something with like a Dragon Ball Z or something like that, you know, people have it's kind of like a set formula, you know? And there are formulaic things in the show, like, you know, we've got to fight a big bad guy, we've got to do that. But the way that the battles are presented are really unique, I feel like. I feel like all the battles are very different. And you really kind of wonder if certain characters are going to make it, which is fun, because you don't often see that in the show, you know?
I think you hit it. I think you hit
So,
everything.
I mean, keep watching. I mean, I got a tattoo for this show. So, I mean, and
Which I think you need to show everybody.
Yes.
Take it all.
I'll do it at the end. I'm layered. But you know, at the end of 175 episodes, I'm breathing fire as a celebration. So we'll see how it goes.
Is Evan going to teach you now?
I don't know. I wanted to find out who was going to teach me, but
Oh, I can.
okay. All right, let's do it.
I was wondering, if you can meet your character, what would you say to them or ask them?
The obvious. What's with the clothes coming off all the time?
I would say, can I take a ride on Happy?
Well, I personally like the voice acting for Fairy Tale. You guys do a really good job at
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
making like you fall in love with the characters. Like your voices go around the personality well. So that leads to my question: if someone else was to have your guys' roles, who do you think would make the better voice actor for their role?
Better.
Not better, but who do you think? Yeah, who do you think
No, I know what you
could replace you if it came down to it and would do a really good job?
I would want Hugh Jackman to do it so that he would bring me over to his house to apologize for taking over the role and like be really nice to me and maybe hang out with me a little bit and we'd be buds because of it.
That's a good one. Hugh Jackman. I would have to go with, what's his name? The guy that plays Bane.
Tom Hardy?
Tom Hardy. Just so I can hang out with him.
Ice fire cannon.
That's what I wanted. Come on.
Hello, Vic. Not Vic. Todd. Sorry. This is for you. It's awkward.
I'm Vic's con wife.
Sorry. Sorry for the confusion. But I got like a question. Do you on purpose choose characters with totally different personalities than each other? Because I was just thinking about all the characters you voice act, that the kids, Illy, Natsu, they're all so different from each other. Do you do that on purpose or is it just convenience?
Well, I don't think there's anything convenient about it. I mean, my throat doesn't like any of those voices. It's just a matter of taking a show and seeing what that particular show needs, voice-wise, you know? And so taking it and doing what I feel would be good for that character and doing it, and they just so happen to be different. And I'm glad for it. I like the challenge. And thank you. And your last name is Gladstone, like Joey Gladstone?
Yeah, it's like Joey Gladstone.
Yes. That's awesome. Thank you for that Full House kickback, and thank you for this.
Hello, I'm William. I was kind of a bit disappointed when Todd didn't quote when everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked on the movie. When they started attacking, I was kind of a bit disappointed for that. But my question is for, if you could have one personality trait or one ability that your characters have, what would you have?
One personality trait.
Or ability.
Or ability. That I would personally have? Being able to kick some butt with throwing ice swords, I think. Definitely.
Oh, fire. Totally. I mean, that's it. Maybe the pink hair might be kind of fun. And just never talk about it. Just always just have huge, thick pink hair. Because each tendril of hair is like that thick.
Yeah.
So really it has like 8 pieces of hair, but they're just really, really thick, like aloe plants or something. Pour out the juice.
First of all, Todd, I would like to say, you're asymmetrical garbage!
Don't make me think about that now!
But anyway, my question is, before Funimation started Fairy Tail, there was an Animax dub. I would like to know if you looked at their interpretation of the roles and maybe was inspired or, wanted to do something different.
You've seen that?
I didn't see it.
I am aware of it, and I have seen some of it.
Is that all?
It's weird. It was weird. It's weird to watch something like that, and because you're like, that's not me. Because some people watch it and they think it's us. And I'm like, they're like, why did because I used to get this question, kind of like when some people think some celebrities are dead, and like, oh man, Tom Hardy is dead, and he's like, no, I'm not dead, I'm right here. It's kind of like everyone's like, why did the voice of Natsu change? Todd, are you still doing Natsu? And I would get those questions, and I'm like, as far as I know, yes. And so I'm contacting the director. He's like, no, we're talking about the other dub. So it was weird. It was weird.
Do you guys feel like you go on the same emotional journey as the fans do? Like, do you cry when you do, like, sad episodes?
Yeah, I mean, as far as, if the moment calls for it, you want to try to get as accurate as you possibly can. And, I mean, you mean while acting it, or, if I go back and watch it? Because I just got really excited whenever, every time he did something like Ice Make, I was like, yeah! So, I mean, it gets me emotional, yeah.
I've only cried in the booth one time, and it was for a live-action dub of a World War II movie. And I didn't know what was happening to me. I was like, what is going on? It worked in the scene because the character is losing his brother and stuff like that. So it totally worked, but it really weirded me out a little bit. As far as watching it, I actually got a little when that AMV started playing, I was like, oh, man, it's kind of getting a little emotional. Watching myself on the screen. But generally, no, I mean, yeah, with theater especially, I say more so than voiceover. Theater is where we really get really, really locked in emotionally because we're with that same journey for 4 weeks or so, rehearsing it.
Unless you're typecast like me and I'm always a bad guy and evil. Yeah, right.
The last show I saw you in, you were the little devil guy.
I played the devil for about 2 years straight in all different shows, but I was always the evil. I mean, I start summoning beetles and spiders and stuff. It gets crazy.
It really upsets me because I don't like spiders. And I'm like, Newton! Because it's what I do.
Thank you.
All right, this is a question for both of you. First of all, Newton, could you say Fire Dragon Roar? And Todd, could you say Ice Make Lance? Okay?
I like this idea.
Either in your actual character voice, your real voice, or in each other's.
So do it once in what you perceive to be my voice, and then once in your interpretation. Then I'll do the same. Fire Dragon roar!
Is that close? Went a little higher than I thought it was supposed to. I did go higher than I thought. They want as my character?
Yeah.
Fire Dragon! Roar. There you go.
So, Ice make Lance! And then I guess not to make Ice make Lance! Thank you.
So this is a question for both of you. Out of all the voices that both of you guys have done, which one's your favorite?
This one goes up there pretty high. I'd have to say this one, but one of my other favorite ones, it wasn't a very big part, but I did Panties and Eden, and I love that. It was so different from anything I've ever done, so it was a lot of fun.
Natsu is my favorite. I mean, first of all, it's the longest form show that I've done, and also I put ink on my body for it. You know, got the tattoo
forever,
and I'm gonna like risk blowing my face off by breathing fire for it. So I better love this role.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Todd?
Hi.
If you could live the life of Death the Kid or Natsu, which would it be?
If I could live the life of either one, I think it would be an easier life to live Natsu's life, because like Death the Kid, like even that would be like, oh no, that's out of line. I need to put it back right there. Oh, I touched it now. I'm garbage. Like, whereas Natsu would just be like, you know, he kind of goes with the flow. Sometimes he wears a full shirt. Sometimes he doesn't. You know, he just kind of eats it whatever he wants. He still has a great body. Yeah, it's pretty fun. That's the life I'd like to live.
Okay, so what would you say is the average ratio between just going in blindly for an audition or getting called for one due to past work, if there is any at all?
What's the what? I heard the last part.
Okay. What would you say would be the ratio between getting called for an audition due to past work or just going in blindly for an audition, if there is one at all?
For Funimation, it's pretty, I mean, after you spend, hours, years in a studio with one person, with like Tyler, I've been working with him for about 5 years now. He pretty much knows what I'm going to bring to the table. He's seen a range of emotions. Everything else, they don't care. They can't, maybe sometimes they care what you've done, but most of the time it's just how it is, when you go in, if you fit, if you're the right fit.
It's all of the above. Sometimes I'll go in and we've never met each other before, and it's just kind of an audition that came across my plate. Sometimes it's specifically they've asked me to audition for something, like what Newton's talking about with Funimation, with other companies I work with out in LA and such. And sometimes they call me up and they just give me a role, and they just say, do this, and we want you to do this. So those are the fun ones. So it's a lot of mixtures. Like with audiobooks specifically, I think out of all the audiobooks that I've done, I've had to audition twice. Everything else they give me. And so it's cool. Thank you.
Alright, I got one for you. As far as love interests go for your guys' characters, there's lots of people who have their own opinions, but what do you think would be the best love interest for your guys' characters in the series?
You're looking at it right here.
Is Plu a boy or a girl?
It's an it.
You're in love with Plu.
Well, I will have great affection for Plu. I don't think we will ever go down that road.
Plutonic.
Yeah. Yes. Plu. Have her Plu.
Yeah. Come on.
So I got two questions. First one is like, we're almost at the end of this session, and how come your clothes is still on?
His
How
shirt's
do you
still
know?
on,
How do you know my clothes are still on? Other than my shirt.
Hey, these pants might be off.
Whoa, easy.
And my second question is like, you guys been doing this for quite a few episodes now. Do you guys ever watch the original and compare yourself to the Japanese voice actors or anything like that?
Well, before we actually say the line, we do watch it in Japanese, so that's where the comparisons match. But no, I never really do that too often. I watch it and appreciate the Japanese, but I don't ever like try to compare. It's just so different, yeah.
Yeah, the one time where I really liked watching the Japanese subs version was with Sergeant Frog, because I really like the seiyuu that does Kero's voice. It's just fun. And then, like, it's so weird because I also try to count on my hand how many times she goes, Dearimatsu! Like, she says that all the time, and it blows my mind. It's like, what does she keep saying in that dub? And nobody can tell me. So, but it's fun to watch that one. That's a good one. Thank you.
So, I have a question for you. Who do you think would win in a fight? Death the Kid going full Shinigami, or Natsu going full Fire Dragon?
Well, I mean, the problem there is that, you know, Natsu has taken on some pretty big battles and won every time. Death the Kid, he's taken on some stuff. He's fought some stuff. And he wins. He wins, but he sure does take a whooping. Natsu takes a whooping too, so that's a tough one. But I gotta go Natsu, because he just, he's gonna make it happen. He's gonna do it, because he's too dumb to lose. So, yeah.
Hi. So, which is your favorite guild, and if you were in the world of fairy tale, which guild would you enter?
Go for it.
Slytherin?
Me too.
And I would, well, I'd go into Gryffindor, but, well, fairy tale, man, it's, yeah, totally, that's it. Or what, I want to be bunk buddies with that black cat that goes like this all the time. You know what I'm talking about? Like he's got a shake weight. That guy.
Okay, random question from the Peanut Gallery. What do you think would be the weirdest product based off of your characters that there could be a tie-in for a sponsorship for?
Boudra's butt paste.
Well, no, that actually has something kind of to do with your character.
Yeah, it's going to be spicy butt paste for to heal any kind of like rash, some burning diaper rash. You get some fairy tale cream.
Gum.
Put it right on there and let it kind of ease the burn.
Some kind of cool mint gum or candy, something. I don't know about butt cream or butt paste.
Ice make mint?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Butt paste and ice make mints. There we go. We give little gift baskets. So people, they're going to be so popular that people want to get butt rashes just to get this cream. So look under your seats right now.
No, I was thinking for Natsu, air sickness bag.
Oh, yeah, there we go. I like
so
it.
You get to vomit into
All right, let's do it.
I'm surprised that JAO hasn't done that yet.
I know.
And speaking of which, there's actually, we've started seeing more and more fairy tale merch coming out, both from Japan and here in the United States. What is the weirdest thing you think that you've seen that has had a fairy tale character on it?
Hand towels? I mean, everybody uses a towel, but do you need a fairy tale hand towel? Couldn't we have just put that money towards kick-ass action figures or something? It's like, no, the kids are going to want hand towels, Bob, I'm telling you.
Dry hands. Yeah. Dry hands. It's all the rage.
But yeah, like in fairy tale penny pouches and stuff like this. I mean, I don't collect enough pennies to fill an entire penny pouch that is dedicated to nothing but pennies. I would rather have an action figure of some kind.
Yes, action figure would be awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, we also, just as a heads up guys too, because I got to, just a sneak preview, I got to see these in the office recently. We have some really, really awesome new wall scrolls coming out for Fairy Tale very, very soon.
Oh, cool.
As well.
Okay.
So I got to see
Delish.
prototypes of those. They just got approved. So keep your eyes peeled. There's going to be some really, really cool Fairy Tale merch heading out your way soon. Let's see. If you had the ability to record a fight scene with someone in the same booth, because these guys, as some of you guys probably know and some of you guys might not, they're almost always recording solo. They almost always have no one else in the booth with them, so there's not really a lot to play against. But most of them are so small you wouldn't want anyone in there with you. Who out of the all of the battles that you have fought for everything that's been released so far, who do you think would be which character do you think it would be really fun to do a battle scene with live with the other voice actor?
I would have to say Todd, only because with this show, with Fairy Tale, the bickering, the back and forth, I think that could turn into like comedy hour in the booth. And I usually always, not that I want Tyler to know this, the director, but I usually try to wait to schedule my time to try to beat you so that you're like, and most of the actors, so I can really hear what their things are, because I love to do the reacts,
Yeah.
Of course, you are always the last to record. But yeah, I would like the back and forth of that, so.
I would agree with that, actually, because, yeah, we do have a lot of cool bickering that goes back and forth. And a lot of times when we fight, when we do our other fighting, it's more about antagonizing the other in just a very aggressive, just negative, like mean way, because they're our enemy. But here it's like brothers that don't wear clothes.
You just got the vision of Tyler breaking up a slap fight, so that was kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Wait. Any other questions? Oh, yeah.
Not too long ago, Tales of Xillia was released, and when I was looking you up in Wikipedia, you played one of the characters, the old man, I think. I don't know his name yet.
Rowan.
Rowan. And my sister and her friends were like really surprised, so could you do like the voice? Because...
Sure. So with that game, that was a lot of fun to do. It's Tales of Xillia. It just came out last week. If you guys are fans of the Tales games. It's really cool. The graphics look great. The battles are awesome. And they cast me as this old man, the Alfred of the game.
And so his voice is like this. He goes around and he makes comments about things going on in the world of the game. And he wants to help as much as he can and make sure that June makes it to the end victorious.
So yeah, that's a lot of fun.
Do you have any others? Doesn't look. Oh.
How do you think your characters would sound drunk?
Sound drunk. What do you mean? What is that supposed to mean? What do you... I'm just kidding. That was him.
I think it would be a lot of fire dragon stomachache.
What do you think their favorite drink would be?
Favorite drink? Ooh.
Actually, there is a dude in Chicago that makes drinks, and he has made 2 drinks for me. Actually, 2 officially named drinks. One is a Death the Kid drink, and the other is a Natsu drink. And he breaks down the ingredients and stuff, and he made me one, and it's very good. Actually, he's like this big time bartender, and he does this thing. It's online. I need to look it up, but I forget what the name of it is. But there is an official Natsu drink that I remember the first 4 of them. But it's very good, actually. It is good.
Anything with vodka.
Vodka and ice.
Vodka. Yeah, and ice.
Not to drink anything that was on fire.
Yow! Fire!
Well, I actually have to go to another panel.
Ah,
I
yes.
am going to leave you guys for this, but I think Todd has his big reveal that he still needs to do.
Oh,
that he has not done
Yes,
yet.
take it off. Da-na-na-na-na, da-na, da-na. Just, go down. Thank y'all.
So, and like I mentioned to you guys earlier, there, if you go onto youtube.com/The Funimation Show and look for the quickie that has Todd making a not very pleased face, you can see him getting that tattoo.
Yeah, we recorded the last, I think it was the 100th episode, and we went to the tattoo parlor, and the whole year, the director's like, I'm not getting one. Not gonna do it. And so we go down to the tattoo parlor, Sully was there, it was awesome. She got hers touched up too. And she was in a lot more pain than I was, and she didn't even show it. That hurt. Mine hurt, and I got it. And the director said, you know what? I'm going to get one too. So the director has it also. He has his fairy tale tattoo. Now we're just working on this man.
It looks like it'll hurt.
So we're trying to get Newton to get it, and Jeremy also.
Soon.
It'll be her first one.
It'll be my 8th.
Very cool. Yeah, but Sully was there, and she rocked it out. She had her game face on. It was cool.
So yeah, I was getting one on my foot. It's actually, I don't have a fairy tale tattoo yet, but I'm probably going to get one next year. But I have the Rebel Alliance symbol from Star Wars. Awesome. On the top of my foot. And it had faded a lot, and it looked like poo, so I got it retouched. And I will warn you, okay, parents, cover your ears. Tattoos are awesome, and I love them, and I think they're great, but go to a good, reputable shop, because otherwise you wind up with one like mine that doesn't look good, and you have to do it again. And the top of the foot is one of the most painful places to get a tattoo. So, go to a good shop. Pay the extra money. It's worth it. It's totally
because you're going to have it for the rest of your life. The rest of your life.
So, yeah, Todd, yours came out really, really good.
The guy that did mine did a great job, and he had tattoos like from here down. And I said, how many do you have? He goes, I have 105, right? Mm-hmm. 105 tattoos. And the day we went to go get mine, that was the anniversary of like his first one, like the 20th anniversary of his first tattoo. So he should do like a special Blu-ray box set release. Just all the photos of his tattoos. You buy the Blu-ray, you're like, oh, it's going to be so exciting. It's just like a slideshow.
If you ever find yourself in Dallas and want to get a fairy tale tattoo, you can go to the Deep Ellum Tattoo Company and ask for Josh, because he was the one that did.
And he's awesome.
Mm-hmm. He
It's
was
a
the
great
one
job.
that did Todd's and did Tyler's.
Yeah. Right on.
So, all right, I'm going to go to
Have
another
fun.
panel. Thank you very much, guys, for letting me come.
So we got like 10 more minutes.
Okay.
That's 10 minutos. So when this movie comes out, how many people have never seen Fairy Tale before, and this was your first time just coming here to check it out? Rad. Out of those people, how many people want to go and watch some Fairy Tale? Okay, good. Okay, awesome. I was going to be scared there for a minute. Like, nobody was like, wow, okay, great job. Cool, well, I'm glad you guys liked it. The movie really was fun to, we had not seen that before, and it's really cool, because I remember recording it, but it's little flashes, you know?
Yeah, well, that was probably one of the most recent things that I've recorded, and that was amazing, because normally whenever I record, I don't even, by the time it comes out, I haven't seen it, and it's just so forever ago, and didn't we just do that?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We just did that, actually.
That was really awesome.
And we don't get to hear it mixed.
Yeah.
Like, it's usually just straight up, regular stereo or mono, and we don't really get to hear it or see it in its final form. So to see it all gussied up.
With all the elements, it's
it's pretty
yeah,
cool.
It was cool.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
You know what's funny? I just watched that movie yesterday in Japanese here.
Oh yeah, cool. Okay, well, are we doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yosh! Very cool. Let's see, is there another question? I'm sensing any kind of question. Maybe we answered it all. Yeah,
Go ahead. We should.
We should do that.
Yeah,
we
we
don't.
should do that.
We don't like each other outside of No, I'm kidding. Yeah, we just don't get. Everybody has their things, their lives going on and stuff like that. So we don't get to. But I've always wanted to do stuff like that and get together. As a group and what. Do you guys get together? Are you all buds? Are you all friends? Friends? Are you like brother? Are you brother and sister? Like you? Cousin? And then your friend and your. You all met here.
New friends.
You're together. Oh, right on.
Awesome.
Cool. That's what cons do, huh? Very nice. Yeah. So of course you guys don't get together and watch things because you just, man, that's fair. But I've always wanted to do something like that and have like have a little contests and games and stuff. It'd be kind of fun. It's a lot of work though. Because like when I throw parties, I like have menus that you haven't been to one of my parties before.
I have not been to one of your parties.
When we did Suzuka, which was a role that I did a couple years ago, when I had people over, I had menus for people to select the foods that they wanted cooked, and we would cook stuff, and I had like 1,000 different types of drinks and this and that. So it's an ordeal. It's a thing. It's not just like, hey, what are you doing in about 2 hours? We can come and watch some fairy tale. No, it's not like that. So like when I try to do it up. So if we were gonna do a fairy tale party, I'd want like, fire breathers and fire walking and dancers and sponsored by like Beats headphones or whatever.
That would be awesome.
Monster drinks and and have Newton come through the door and we've got I don't know, Jay-Z going, Newton up in the house. It'd be really cool. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So thanks for the idea. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
Potluck.
Oh yeah. What would you bring to a fairy tale potluck? Oh, cake, shades, and fire. Or do you make cakes? You say, okay, right on. Okay, very cool. I want you to come to the party dressed like that. Back there. Oh, okay. Well, you stick to the cutting then. There you go. Very cool. Hi, welcome. We've got, you want to take any more questions? We've got like 5 minutes left.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's your favorite battle, sir?
Battle. Oh, there are so many of them.
Not in life, in the show.
Deliora? Is that my feedback? Yeah, I'd have to go with that.
Gajil. That battle with Gajil, that was awesome. The owl was kind of weird. It's like, okay. That was fun.
You have one back here?
Newton, how were you introduced to voice acting?
Whenever I was a wee lad, just a young boy, probably around 8 years old, my dad was he did the art design for the Hells Angels in West Texas. They're by burly motorcycle gang in West Texas. And there was this one big guy, and his name was Big Bird, and he always talked like this all the time. Blah, 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 blah. And so he taught me how to do some of those little voices, and that's how I got inspired. He was just this big old rugged-looking, dirty-looking motorcycle biker guy, but it was pretty cool when you're 8 years old. So he introduced me to it. He used to do some radio stuff. Yeah.
For me, I had been acting on stage and in film and things like that, and I of course knew that voice acting existed, but I didn't pursue it. And so voice acting kind of found me just through an audition, and they let me stick around and keep doing it. But when I was a kid, I got made fun of a lot for my voice when I was a kid. And so I didn't have a whole lot of friends. And so when everybody else was hanging out and everybody else was doing things like going on dates, and hanging out with girls. I was in my room doing voices with myself. And so I would reenact all these movies and things like that and record them and listen back. And not for any particular reason, but just because that's what I wanted to do. And so I would record these voices, listen back, keep going. And I used to do a lot of impersonations and things like that. And that's just something I did in my free time. And then I began going on horrible failures of dates and things like that and did less of that. And so I'm glad I found it again.
Now look how it's paid off for you.
So, but it is funny because some of the girls that rejected me like hardcore when I was a kid, they contact me now and they're like, "Hey Todd, what's going on? What's new in your world?" And I'm like, "You had your chance." No! Because it hurt my feelings so much when I was a kid. They were really mean to me. Like, you know, when I was so sweet, I was this fat little boy with an Asian haircut, and I was like, "Hey, do you want some of my food or my da-da-da?" And like, "I can draw this for you." And they're like, "You're annoying, go away." They signed my yearbook. This one girl, Jennifer, she would sign my yearbook. She goes, "You're an okay friend. I wish you weren't so annoying." On my yearbook.
That's horrible.
And when she called years later, no, you out of cleaner, no. Let's see, we got time for one more question. You will be the final one.
Just say for the record, I think your voice is really hot.
Thank you. I wish they did. Well, when I was a kid,
I kind of sounded like Caroro anyway when I was a little boy. And I remember one time this person came up to me and he goes, "Are you a boy or a girl?" And I go, "I'm a boy."
but it also has to do with the fact that I can't grow any facial hair. It takes me a year to grow what would be a manana 5 o'clock shadow. He can grow a beard. He can just sit there and go, and a beard. It takes me forever. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Thank you so much for sharing Fairy Tale with us and watching the movie. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.